Dan, I have a lengthy list of things I am grateful for.
Really? As do I, believe it or not.
Yeah, but I have one at the very top of my list that I'm the most grateful for right now.
Oh, well, do share.
Okay, I am grateful that you are wearing a shirt today with sleeves.
Yes, well, with the colder temps, I got to keep my shoulders warm.
Just a little bit of Woodhound humor for you here. Dan always wears a shirt.
Yes.
I just like to razz him
Yeah,
with his
pants,
usual.
pants questionable, but shirt, I always have a shirt on.
It just became a tradition on my YouTube channel that I always wear. I call it my clown suit. I always wear my uniform when I'm on on my videos, and I tease Dan because he's always in his too, which is a shirt that he found laying on the side of the road that he's ripped the sleeves off of it.
See, I always thought that you just wore the same shirt so that it would make editing easier. Like if you had to do any retakes, you just go back out there the next day and do a retake like it was the same day.
It makes choosing what I'm going to wear each day a lot easier.
Yeah, I suppose. One less thing you have to worry about.
Yeah, there are times it does become kind of a pain. I will be just doing something around the yard and I think, oh, this would be a great video. But I thought, well, then I got to go in, I got to change clothes, I got to do this, I got to do that. And then by the time I walk myself through that equation, I go, the heck with it.
Yeah.
I ain't going to do it.
You got to go in, hair, makeup, wardrobe, get all that stuff done and ready. Yeah, it's a process.
Yeah.
I hear you. Yeah.
However, if I was required to wear makeup, I probably wouldn't do it.
Probably not. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a lot of work.
Well, see, that is, I guess, one thing that I am thankful for. That I put on whatever I have on, and I just go. I don't
Mhm.
care what I look like.
That is normally my approach to my day, except when filming. I've just committed to having my green shirt on and my shorts or my khaki. Well, these are my climbing pants that I wear.
Oh,
They are actually for the woodcutter,
wow.
and I like them. They fit great. They're easy to move around in. When I got to jump in and out of the back of the truck, I like them.
Yeah.
But I don't put a lot of emphasis in my wardrobe like I used to. It's funny. I When I look back upon my youth, like when I was in college, there seems to be an inverse relationship between my yearly income and how nice my wardrobe is. When I was a broke college student, I had killer clothes, man. I had the nicest shoes and I had all the
Yeah.
expensive shirts and all. And now, that I make a decent living, I wear the same thing every day.
I think I'm the same way. Now that, now I'm older and I find what I like, what's comfortable, and comfort trumps, I guess, fashion. If it's comfortable, it's way more, I'm going to wear it over looking good or having, something fashionable.
Yeah, that's why we drive a Ford Taurus instead of a Cadillac. Something functional. We appreciate that more in our
That's
advanced
right.
ages.
Yep. Yes,
I
indeed.
th- I think of all the money that I've wasted in my life on nice clothes, and I thought, oh boy, if I could have all that back.
Oh, yeah.
Like my CD collection, I have all my CDs from the
Oh,
late
my
'80s and
goodness.
'90s. All the money that we've just burnt on those, and now they're just pretty much worthless.
Yep. Were you ever at one of those clubs where you'd like buy one CD and get 10 for free or something? And every month, then you have to buy another one.
Or you have to cancel it real
Yep.
quick. You get 10 CDs for a penny, and they give you that big sheet of stamps, and you got to choose the stamp and
Oh,
stick it onto the. That was so much fun.
it was. That was a great time. Gosh, so much fun.
You ever go to like a garage sale now or a flea market, and there'll just be a big box of CDs You
It,
know, just
yes.
they're like 10 cents each, and we used to spend $20 for one of
And
those back.
yep. And DVDs now as well.
Oh, yeah. DVDs and VCR tapes.
Yep.
Jeez. The good old days.
Yes, the good old days.
Hmm. Something to be thankful for, that we've grown out of that, and now we are wiser for the experience.
Exactly. Very grateful for the experience as well. That was like you said, it's
Hmm.
good
Other
times.
than
Times.
other than you wearing a shirt today, I do have something else that I'm grateful for.
Oh,
That's the being part of the world's #1 firewood podcast, the Woodhounds.
yes. Yes, indeed. And with that comes, you know, thankful that through this whole YouTube adventure, I was able to meet you and become what I would think I would consider you probably one of my best friends now.
Are you really?
Yeah,
Well, that means a lot, Dan. Thank you.
yeah, it's
That means a lot. I think I feel the same, to be honest with you. You know, it seems
yeah,
like the older you get, you can count all your friends on one hand, anyways.
yes, exactly.
Uh-huh. But I don't know. I think if I were to calculate all of my interactions throughout the week, I probably talk to you the most.
Yeah, I know.
Hmm. And it's always enjoyable.
It is. It is always a good time. That's that.
Even more when you're fully clothed.
How did we get on this topic about me and what clothes I'm wearing?
The list of things that I'm thankful for. So, okay, I'm thankful that you're wearing a shirt. I'm thankful for the podcast. Okay, here's one other thing I'm thankful for. I'm thankful for listener mail.
Oh, and speaking of listener mail, let me tell you what. Here we go. We have some listener mail. All right. So our first email is from Jeff. And Jeff just wanted to drop us a line and say how much he enjoys the podcast. He finds it very entertaining and he just likes hearing about everything we talk about, firewood related and not firewood related. So he said, keep the sharp saws and strong backs going. Cheers. So thank
Well,
you
let's
very
see
much,
if
Jeff.
he'll write let's see if he'll write a email after this episode.
Yes. And the other email we got was from Jerry, and he just has a question. It was, does it make sense to sell slab wood over firewood? Huh. So there you go. There's a little something to ponder here. Slab wood over firewood.
Long pause. Yeah, my short answer is no. However, I'll put an asterisk next to my no. The reason I say no, I have always seen slab wood to be very high labor and low reward. There is, however, a supplier of mine who also makes slab wood in the firewood. He has one of these, I call it the wheel of death, the big spinning blade. This is about as
Yeah.
big as a like a tractor tire. And it's on one of those tables with a spring, and he just slides it in and pushes the table into the saw, and the piece comes off. So he makes it really fast. He has local pickup, so people come to him to buy it.
Mm,
And I guess he's making some money because he gets those bundles of slabs dirt cheap.
yeah. Yeah. Well, I
But,
think there's.
you know, the more I've used them, I got some delivered here in the past, and it's a lot of work.
Yeah, and I don't know because he said it makes sense to sell slab wood over firewood. So I don't know if he's talking about taking slab wood and, like you're saying, turning it into firewood, or if he has access to just slab wood and then just sell that as is,
Yeah.
slab wood.
Well, it depends, I guess, on I don't even know if it depends. I'm pretty down on slab wood. That is, maybe I'm thinking it more as the end user, but if I'm selling it, I still don't think you can sell it for as much as you can chunk wood, or value added firewood.
Yeah,
It
no.
is mostly bark. It smokes a lot. I mean, it dries out fast, but it doesn't have that aesthetic appeal to it that I think people are looking for
Yeah.
in firewood. Because if you are looking for heat, you're not going to go to slab wood. It's low BTU. And if you're looking for ambiance, I still don't think you go to slab wood because it's just doesn't have that romantic quality about it, you know?
The
Mm,
only the only time I've seen slab wood sold was in big bundles, and they were selling it to like a company who had like an industrial wood boiler.
right.
So this place would get an 8 foot long, big bundle of slabs, and they'd cut it in half with a chainsaw and then just feed it into their boiler. And that was how they, so they bought the bundles of slab wood, but they didn't buy it for very much. It was pretty cheap.
I had a bundle of slabs dropped off. One of the loggers just had them. He says, "Hey, you want these?" I go, "Sure." I I swear to you, it took me longer to cut it up than it took for my furnace to burn it. I'm serious because you think again you have a lot of wood, but that it's small and that furnace
Yeah.
just swallowed it whole.
Yep.
And the only easy way, if there is an easy way to cut it, is you got to get some straps, or ratchet straps, and ratchet it together in multiple locations, and then get a saw with a 50-inch bar and chain on it,
Yeah.
and try to cut it all through that. I can just my chain flying off, and what a mess. I don't like slabs.
I'd say it. The only thing is if you possibly like own a sawmill and you needed to get rid of the slabs, you could probably find a way to sell them, but you probably won't get a very high. The price you probably get for them won't be very high, but that maybe that's what he's talking about. Like he has a sawmill, he's got
Mhm.
excess slabs. Does it pay to sell them as slab wood instead of cutting them up into pieces for firewood? I don't know.
Jeez, yeah, that's another one of those volume things. I guess if you just need to get rid of it, get rid of it. Now that I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about this, Dan, and this is the God's honest truth right now. If Log Hauler Jesse were to show up in my front in my driveway with a load of slabs, and he would say, "Hey, would you want these for free?" I would tell him, "No, thanks." I'm
Yeah,
serious. I wouldn't even want to mess with them. That's how much of a pain they are to me.
yeah,
Yeah, and that's speaking from experience.
yeah. If I were to be given a bundle of them, I would probably do what you said: strap them together, buzz them up, and just throw them in the boiler, and they'd be gone in a day.
Yeah, but it's just they're all laying on the ground. I can just see, just bending down to pick up every single one of those, and oh my gosh, no,
Yeah,
I'm down on slabs. That could be a good video idea because there's a lot of them out there. There's some of these sawmills, and like the Amish loggers, they'll set up their mill back in the woods, and they'll have stacks of these bundled slabs
yep.
just back in there, and that they're annoyed by them too.
Yeah. But to your point, well, if they're trying to make lumber and they're trying to get as much board feet out of each log as they can, the slabs are probably only an inch, maybe 2 inches thick. They're real thin.
Yeah, and it's mostly bark,
Yep.
you know, and they're messy and they burn up fast and there's smoke. Yeah, it's the same thing as to why I don't mess with pine, because I turn down pine all the time. And it's simply because you got to put the same amount of labor into it as you would if it was oak or a higher end hardwood. So why bother?
Yeah.
You know, why bother? If you're going to put that labor into it to make it a sellable product, and it's going to be, you can sell your hardwoods for practically double.
Yeah. I have
Hmm.
I have a couple people that actually ask for pine only for their cabins up north. So I do get a little pine. It's fine. I spend the time to make the pine, and it's all fine.
It's a good rhyme.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what else are you thankful for, Dan?
Oh my. I mean, obviously the family, health, all that stuff. But one thing that I was actually thinking about is, and this gets back to, meeting you and just the whole YouTube, I guess, content creator environment that's, I guess, kind of just been spawning up in the last few years, and just being part of that whole, just being able to do something like make videos, enjoy doing it, and I don't know, connect
And
with people all over.
and, and get paid.
And make a little extra money. Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. That is the
Yeah,
word.
I agree with you. Um that is very true. There are times where I try to avoid stress because, when I used to work for the man, you're under stress all the time. And there are times though where I'm feeling stress about the videos because I got to get one finished, or I have this idea and we just got to get it done. Uh, but for the most part, it's all enjoyable. I like it.
Yeah.
And I like the way people like it, if that makes sense. And let's be honest. I like that I get paid to do it too.
Yeah,
Uh, you
exactly.
know, I have always said, if people are wondering, you can do your own math equations and figure out what a YouTube channel makes. So I will tell you that I do not make life changing money on YouTube, which some people out there do. But at the same time, it's not chump change either. So, it's not like I would turn it down. And it seems like, too, Dan, maybe you can speak to this as well. There's like this arc that a YouTube channel goes on. I have felt the same. I've talked with other channels and everyone's expressed the same. When you first start and you get that first solicitation from a company that wants to showcase their product on your channel, you're like, heck yeah, man, because it's so cool, to think that you could, get something for free, and then you can give your opinion on it, and your opinion kind of matters.
Yeah.
But then you evolve away from that. I'm done with that, Dan. If people, I get solicitations all the time, and I just pretty much just delete it. I don't even reply to them anymore.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Unless it's something that's kind of, sparked my interest, or I have an interest in something along, in that kind of like category, I guess. But yeah, it's one of those things. It's cool starting out
Hmm.
with, but then over time it just kind of fades, and you're more like, for me, I'm more focused on the, creating the content that I want to. Like, I don't want to take something from someone and then have to talk to it, even if it's good or bad, whatever. I just feel
Yeah,
weird sometimes doing that. Just kind of throws
I
me off.
think I think the item would have to be relevant to my channel. Like I would never, we joke because we keep getting this solicitation for wallpaper. And, I would never do a video on wallpaper. I am holding out for when Maserati comes up with a firewood delivery vehicle.
Oh,
I would absolutely entertain that. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm my own gatekeeper. Just, I'm turned off now to anyone asking, to showcase things. There are some projects that I have that's coming down the pike that I'm going to try and leverage my channel in, getting some of these items, because I think they would be cool and they're completely relevant to firewood production. But if they come, great. If not, then we'll figure out something else.
yeah. I had recently someone reached out about a certain product, and then I went to their website and I had found another product that I actually like, oh, this would be kind of cool because I was redoing my office at home where I do my live streams. I'm like, well, I'm going to buy these shelves, but can you give me, instead of the product you wanted me to showcase, can I do something else? And so it did actually work out in my favor, but there was a instance where it was something that I kind of wanted and had an interest in. It was opposite of what they had, offered. So like I said, every now and then there's a way to kind of work those deals out, but I just like
Hmm.
the fact of, like you had mentioned, I mean, yes, everyone knows there is money to be made on YouTube, on social media, creating content. And I am just so grateful I can go out in my wood yard, do what I enjoy doing, make a video, and sometimes I can make more money from the video than selling the wood that I made in the video. So it's great. I mean, it's like I said, it's just awesome. I love it.
Hmm. You had said something too that I believe 100%. And this kind of, I'm always comparing. I'm comparing to the way I'm living now when I had a real job. Where I used to have to leave and drive to Cleveland every day, or and come home. You leave in the morning, it's dark. You come home at night, it's dark. you know, I remember those days. The boss would say, "Do this," and you had to do it. Even if you didn't want to, or if you didn't like it, you had to do it because that's what the boss said. It's now like with a YouTube channel and my videos, I do what I want. I make videos that are representative of me and a day in the life of a firewood delivery service. And, I've had comments in the past from people saying, I didn't like this. You should do it more like that. My reply is, Bud, this is who I am. I'm not, I appreciate your comment, but I am not changing, and you shouldn't be asking people to change. This is who I am. If every day was sunshiny and clear skies, we would all live in a desert.
There you
So,
go.
yeah, so take the good with the bad.
That's right.
I'm allowed to put out a stinker every now and then too. So
Right.
that's fine. That's fine. Everyone's allowed to have a, a good day and a bad day.
That's right.
Hmm.
Exactly. But yeah, otherwise, I mean, that's kind of what's kind of on my mind this year around the Thanksgiving holiday is just thankful for all, like I said, health, family, everything like that. But then just looking back on the last few years and just being grateful for, those people out there who tune in and watch the videos, who listen to this podcast. It's just it's really it's been a lot of fun, and I think that's the number one thing in life is to keep having fun.
Yeah, that's my rule number one.
Rule number
It's got
one,
to
there
be
you
fun.
go.
If it's not fun, I'm not going to do it. But the same thing goes for me. I mean, what the heck? If it wasn't for the subscribers, I mean, I went to Finland this year. you
Yeah.
know, I I took Ohio Woodburner on a road trip. Talk about an opportunity there.
Speaking of Finland, do you think they are they celebrating Thanksgiving this week? Did the pilgrims show up over there? I,
I don't know.
I wonder how that all worked.
I don't know. I told you when I was over there, when I came home, I was thinking, oh my gosh, why didn't I find this out? Why didn't I find out? I was just overwhelmed. But I didn't, it didn't come up in conversation, Dan, about
Yeah.
does Finland have a Thanksgiving? And if the pilgrims were escaping religious persecution, would they go farther north to where the water's frozen? Or would they go to the new world? And but I mean, what the heck, they landed in Massachusetts, so that's
Yeah.
not the exact perfect weather there either.
No. Yeah, it's interesting to think about that. What was it? What would it have been like? What do you think was their, I guess, traditions as far as firewood related? Because
Well,
if
I was just
they're,
going to say, I guarantee you what was a central role at the first Thanksgiving was firewood.
yeah, but coming to a new world with new wood, that would be kind of interesting. Do you think they started off
Uh-huh.
burning the pine trees. Because what would have been
Yeah.
their main firewood? Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know what the main wood out there. I know that there was a lot of elm. Good luck splitting that.
Yeah, they went to split that. Oh,
Yeah. And oak. And I'm sure there's a number of softwoods, but don't you think, the maple and the beech and the ash, they're probably heavily represented out there, or at
yeah,
least they were.
yeah,
But think about what a central role firewood was. I mean, these guys, they land at Plymouth Rock. They got to build their houses. They're going to build them out of wood. They got to stay
yep,
warm in the winter. They need firewood. They need to cook. They need wood. They need to
yep.
make their wagons and all of their industry. Everything's made out of wood. And then the next thing you know, all the trees that used to be right here are way
They're
down there.
gone.
Yeah, we got to go, guys. We got to start moving this wood around. But I would just imagine the first Thanksgiving, there was a good, healthy pile of firewood.
Yeah, I would say so. Yep.
I mean, there wasn't any microwaves or radar ranges, right?
No,
Or gas stoves.
no, no, nothing. They would have had
Mm-mm.
to been preparing that feast over fire.
Imagine if you owned a firewood processor back in those days. You'd be rich.
Oh my gosh. Can you imagine that? Time traveling back in time with a processor, with the 405.
Yeah. Well, if I had time travel, I would show up with like a bucket of KFC or something. Give turkeys a break.
Yeah, yep.
Mhm. Yeah, the other thing I like about Thanksgiving is falling asleep after dinner.
Oh,
I'm good.
yes.
There's some things in this life that I'm good at, and that's one of them.
Yep. And it doesn't matter. Like I go down to my parents, and we have Thanksgiving dinner at noon. And then, so, that afternoon, I'm taking a long nap. And then I get up and I eat some leftovers and I go to sleep and take another nap.
Yeah, and we're shutting down Ohio Woodburner for 3 days because we're not going to do anything the day before Thanksgiving, and we're not going to do anything the day after. That's Black Friday, and the roads are packed, and
Yeah.
yeah, just take the day off.
Yep. Yeah, we used
Hmm.
to have one of our traditions in high school because the first few years I was out of high school, we would all come home, for the holiday, and we'd always go to this one bar, and we would have what's called Wild Turkey Night. So they would serve all these different drinks mixed with wild turkey bourbon. And so my Thanksgiving was always a 3-day event: the Wild Turkey Night, Thanksgiving dinner, and then Black Friday. And now I can't. Now I just do the Thanksgiving dinner and I skip Black Friday and I skip Wild Turkey Night. It's just one day is all I can take.
Oh wow. The biggest tradition we have is the family turkey stuffing. It's it's oyster stuffing. Our family came to the New World in the early 1700s, and they lived in the Piedmont region of Virginia. And so, seafood is very prevalent in our family historical recipes.
Oh,
But we make this oyster stuffing for our turkey. So that's like our big deal for
wow.
that. That's the only time of the year we ever eat it. It's delicious.
Wow. Sounds very interesting.
Yeah.
And is it just then your family, just your immediate family that gets together, or do you have in laws, relatives?
We have a very small family to begin with. So it's my sister's taken over the role of preparing the dinner from my mom. Both my parents are deceased. So we go to her house. She has her adult children who come, and then it's me, my wife, and our two daughters, and we go. And my one cousin who lives in the area, she comes too. So it's a pretty small but important day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hmm.
Nice little gathering.
That's right.
Yeah, well, for all of you out there listening, hopefully you'll be hearing this the day before Thanksgiving, possibly if you listen to the Woodhounds podcast when it comes out on Wednesday mornings at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
So if
It uploads every Wednesday, right?
yes, so if you are listening on
Okay.
Wednesday, we'd like to wish you and your family a happy Thanksgiving tomorrow.
Very well said, Dan. I agree with everything. I am just excited to be a part of this and to have a lot of people out there listening to the podcast and watching our YouTube videos, people that, they play a daily role in our lives too, because we hear their thoughts and comments, and it's just been a very nice experience.
Yes. Very thankful for all of you. So with that, Joe, I'm going to go
Yes.
find a long sleeve t-shirt and put it on and then get ready and get prepared for Thanksgiving dinner.
I'll get you a green long sleeve shirt that says Ohio Woodburner on
Oh, then I'd have to probably go do some work though.
it. But you would be in the running for Employee of the Month.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
there you go.
you would win the preferred parking spot and a pizza party.
Oh, and I probably will need to burn a few calories after tomorrow anyway, so that
Yeah.
sounds good.
Yeah. All right, Dan. Well, I want to thank everyone for tuning in and making the Woodhounds podcast the world's #1 firewood podcast.
Yes, thank you all. Enjoy the holidays, and we'll see you back here next week. So stay safe, have fun,
And have a great Thanksgiving.